we do in life echoes in eternity.
Yeah, yeah.
Hi, my name is James Gonzalez. I'm a registered nurse, massage therapist, amateur bodybuilder, fitness enthusiast.
You've done a show. Done that.
So, but fitness enthusiast, junk food eater, toy collector, just constantly trying to make myself the best version of myself. Now, in my journey, I came along Myo, and he's been influencing me. Myo is a strongman competitor, powerlifter, bodybuilder, basically the coach of coaches. He taught so many people, and his influence has made a very positive impact on El Paso. So, Myo?
My name is Myo Hernandez. Everyone calls me Myo, fortunately, but I'm at Goliath Strength. I'm the manager and head trainer there. You can find me at Myo_Goliath on Instagram. On Facebook, I'm under Myo Hernandez. That's why I'm under there. I'm a strongman, powerlifter, bodybuilder. I also coach all three sports, but I'm first a personal trainer. That's what I tell everybody, because that's where I started. I'm also a Marine. I'm a Marine veteran, and that's pretty much it. I have 18 years experience. That's what I have. So I've done over 50 shows, about 30 powerlifting, about, I'm going to say 13 bodybuilding. Then strongman, I've done about 10. And I'm nationally qualified in all three sports, so I've done a lot.
So we'll dive right into one of my topics. What do you think is like, and what you doing all these kind of competitions, what do you think has been the best diet for you and your client?
Well, it's because that's the most difficult question. You know what I mean? Because if you really think about it, what are we doing it for? Are we doing it for lifestyle? Are we doing it for competition? You know what I mean? Are we doing weight loss? So if you really think about it, how many diets are really out there? If I get a client that tell me I've done paleo, I've done Mediterranean, I've done vegan, I've done the carnivore, see what I mean? So for me, I always believe in the base diet, see what I mean? Like the basic 4 food groups. Because you start with that and you work from there. So, but you always go off what the client's need is. That's what you go off of. So I get someone that's advanced or someone's not advanced, someone barely starting off, someone that's overweight.
I think one of the biggest things is like people starting. So for a beginning athlete or whatever, like, barely right out of high school, no experience, not doing a show, basically a complete overhaul. Who's been eating fast food. Where do you start?
That's everybody.
Yeah,
that's everybody new that comes in, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So when I start with them, I ask them the first questions. What have you been doing? What have you been eating? Most of the time, they're telling me all that. See what I mean? So I'll be like, okay, let's start with the base diet. See if someone I get like the nectomorph. You know what I mean? Someone that's thin, needs to gain a little bit of weight. I'll put them like at a high carb diet, high protein, and high calorie, just to get them up in weight. You know what I mean? Because 9 times out of 10, they're trying to gain weight. If I get someone who's trying to lose weight, I try and get them on a base diet first before I start dropping the carbs. Because sometimes even that client, even when raising the carbs, loses weight. See what I mean? So you don't want to do that right off the bat. See what I mean? So that's always the main thing. But if you get someone, say, like has a high blood pressure and all that, or says like can't really do certain things, then you kind of figure it out from there. See what I mean? So I go off the need. See what I mean? Because sometimes even the client doesn't know what he needs. You know what I mean? You have to explain to him. So, but I know you're trying to ask me which is the best one. I don't think there's a best one. I think each one of us is like a puzzle.
And I think that's a really good outlook because I've done so many diets. I've done the vegetable juicing. I've done carnivore.
I've actually done that too. Don't get me wrong.
I've done keto. I noticed vegetable juicing was great because my skin was perfect.
But the thing with that one is strength wise, you're not going to gain nothing off of it. See what I mean? But the thing is too, the first 2 days you're getting dizzy because guess what? You have a lack of a lot of carbs and calories your body's used to. See what I mean? Because I tried it with my girlfriend at the time. You know what I mean? The way I could do it is I did it in between. I still ate my meals and I did the juicing. You know what I mean? That worked great for me.
Yeah. The juicing just got really expensive and really messy after a while.
Well, the machines at that time. Yeah. I did that like 14 years ago, so you can imagine machines back then.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
There was no Ninja at that time. Shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what do you got for me? What else you got? Tell me.
Can you get the suit to you?
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. Like so many people, you've dealt with so many competitors and all these things. What do you think has been the biggest thing that's helped these competitors? Like, is it like their mindset? Is it like their social network, like, their family, their friends, or is it maybe even like them being like completely cutting off from everyone?
Well, it's because it's a change. You got to remember that. So the support group's a big thing. That's all. I always start with that. If you have a good support group, you can do anything. You know what I mean? But what the most of them like say be successful at it, it just varies. See what I mean?
What's a good support system, like group? Like what would make a good support system?
Well, financially, one. And two, someone at home to help you out. See what I mean? So say you have to make your meals. Say you have your wife or girlfriend, whatever. She's helping you out. See them at the same time. That helps a lot. See what I mean? Her understanding that some days you're not gonna have it. Some days you're pretty tired. Or some days like, hey, I'm too lazy to cook. She cooks for you. Stuff like that. So
probably like one of the biggest things is like food and the meal prepping. And like
honestly, that's the main thing. To be honest with you.
So like if you want to be an
because
athlete,
even like in a social, right? Like say there's a birthday party. If she's nice enough to tell you, you can stay home because I know you're not in the mood for this. You know what I mean? That helps a lot. Trust me. Because that's always the biggest issue. Because you stop doing certain things because you're doing a show. Yeah. See what I mean? So that support group understand like, hey, it's not in the mood. Like, hey, he's in a bad mood. Just leave him alone. Luckily, I have that now. See what I mean? She understands. She's been with me for the last 8 years. So now she understands like, okay, don't be home, or hey, it's okay if you don't go, stuff like that. Or she shows up, brings me my meal in case I forget. See what I mean? So that's what really helps. Trust me.
What is the best advice you have received?
Best advice? Even in coaching, the same thing. Yeah. One client at a time. Business, same thing. You do each one at a time. Because if you try to do all four, you're going to fuck up one. Or all three. Or all four of them. See what I mean? You're not focusing enough energy into one. See what I mean? If you really look at the people, even like fighters, they'll talk about that. Like some that became great fighters and opened up their gym, they had to quit fighting. So guess what? I got to take care of all these people, and I can't do it with me. See what I mean? So you've been a trainer forever, almost like it seems like in El Paso. You've dealt with and you've influenced so many people, and I'm pretty sure you've heard some horror stories. What is the worst advice you've heard someone get from a coach or a friend or anything? Fried chicken backstage.
Oh, that's.
I've seen that.
Oh man!
And I'm saying they're looking at it going,
"Oh, geez.
Well, I don't know. I'm not one to get involved.
Yeah.
If you tell me that, I'm looking at you. Hey, just follow your coach, man. I have no idea what's going on here. So, you know what I mean? I'll tell me if you need any questions, just ask me. But as far as you eating, I have no idea what's going on here. Yeah. So, I've seen that. But I've seen too many bad advices. You know what I mean?
What's the one advice that you feel like it negatively influenced like a person's life? Like they like had this misconception, like, oh, like, like with me, like I always hear women, I don't want to lift weights because I don't want to be bulky. I don't want to look like a man. And it's like, that's not true. That's a really bad myth. What is like something you've heard that's like, that you're like, oh my gosh, it's just this negatively influenced this person's life? Because like the fried chicken, it messed up their show, but not their life.
True, but it's because you got to remember I've been 18, 19 years. So I've seen everything you can think of. Yeah. I've seen a lot of bad advice. You know what I mean? It's just how you take it. I mean, it's like I tell people, you can't listen to what everybody's doing. If you don't, do your own research. I tell you, do your research. Find a little bit about it. Hire somebody. Yeah. You know what I mean? The best thing I ever did was hire someone. I'll be honest with you. You know what I mean? Because I needed a little help. So he filled in the gaps for me right there. See what I mean? So that's what I always tell people. It's so much advice out there. Even now with this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's in the palm of your hand. Jesus Christ. When I started, you had to read a book. The thing is, sometimes a book don't even make sense to you.
But,
you know what I mean?
But even now, though, like I see all these coaches that popping up, and like I've noticed, like you'll train some for 2 to 3 months, and all of a sudden they're a personal trainer, and like they steal from you, but then they don't know the reasoning on why you do what you do. Like you said, everything's tailor made. And I feel like like a lot of these trainers are popping out these cookie cutter things like, oh, I got trained like this, but they don't understand. Like with you analyze the person. You're like, okay, I'm going to do this because of this, because of this, because of this, which I think is like, you look at the bigger picture and I see like people.
Well, it's because I'm looking at it like 10 weeks.
Yeah.
And I break it up into 4s.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really think about it, your body, how it works, everything runs in 3s. Okay. Even when you get on gear, how long does it take for it to kick in? 3 weeks.
Okay.
So if you fuck up, how long does it take you to fix it? 3 weeks. Okay. You know what I mean? If you get a new client, right, how long do you think it takes to see results? Like really see results. Like I could sit here and tell you, oh, you lose all this weight in a month, right? But how long does it really take? It takes 3 months. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to tell you that. No one wants to tell you that because guess what? If I tell you that from the start, you're not going to come with me. See what I mean? So
dealing with all these trainers, like you hear these like, I guess, crazy things like, oh, this coach told me I could have a 6-pack in like 3 weeks, or right? You've heard that. Have you heard that before?
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's because you got to remember about genetics.
Oh, that is
it's because they talk about 6-pack. That's a different thing. You know what I mean? I've seen guys get one in a month. but it's because
Not
everyone's
me.
different. See what I mean? If you're talking about show six pack, okay, then we're like, well, if you look at the guy, you're like, well, you got 3 weeks. I don't know if they're not here yet. I don't know. I'm worried. See what I mean? But see, I'm the prime example of that. The first show I did, I shit you not, I didn't see my six pack till like 2 weeks before the show. See what I mean? That's always been my problem area. You know what I mean? This year I kind of fixed it now. Now we're on point these last 2 years, but that always been my problem area. So I can kind of, when people tell me, I can understand when they tell me that because I lived it. You know what I mean? Trust me. The last 2 weeks, I finally saw a six pack. I was like, Jesus Christ, that took fucking forever. You know what I mean? I was already worried. See what I mean? So, but everybody's different on that. Look at you. You changed in a fucking week. You know what I mean? All the things you were doing, we switched everything around. Guess what? See what I mean?
Yeah.
So see how it varies? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And what's the first thing I tell you? Jesus, if you had just done this 8 weeks out, tell you.
Yeah, I mean, I can be a little hard-headed, I've been told. But I like my little experiments.
Yeah, but I know what you mean with the say. But the thing is, you got to remember one thing. In this generation, they're very well informed. You can look up things now. You know what I mean? Back in my day, you couldn't even do that. You know what I mean? You have to order a book from, like, I don't know where to find that. See what I mean? But the thing that I tell them, and I tell all of them, remember one thing. When you get a client, guess what? It's not about you no more. It's about the client. You can put your pictures about you, but who are you doing? Who are you dealing with? See what I mean? You're dealing with your client. You know what I mean? He has to come first before you. So guess what? This me stuff has to go out the door. Because guess what? I have to worry about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before I worry about myself. You know what I mean? And that's how I look at things. You know what I mean? Because if you don't care, you know what I mean, how's the client going to feel?
So I guess that's a really good thing to bring up. Like, so when you're looking for a coach, you need to understand the coach's intentions. Because I think sometimes some of these coaches are like, I want to have all these clients. And sometimes it is about them besides the actual.
Well, if you
goal.
never dealt with 10 people, trust me, you don't know. Even 10 people can get confusing.
Yeah.
20 people, really confusing. See what I mean? If you're not knowing what the hell you're doing. See what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I tell them. The way I learned, when I started personal training, I jumped in. You know what I mean? I don't know what I was getting myself into. Within a month, I had 10. Okay, those 10, I was perfect. I was like, I can handle myself and all that. As soon as I got 15, okay, and I was kind of like a little weary what I was doing because it's 15 people. I've never dealt with 15 people at once.
Yeah.
See what I mean? So if you never dealt with that many people, you don't know what you're doing with because there will be complications. It's not going to be clear cut, like perfect. See what I mean? There's going to be complications.
Yeah.
You can give someone a diet, doesn't like this, doesn't like that, doesn't work, gets bloated. See what I mean? Now we're working with one. Then we got these 5 over here. Okay. See what I mean? But I'm focusing over here. But these I need to focus on too. See what I mean? So, but I tell them if you want to learn, that's the best way to learn, to bring people in. But a little bit more experience will help a lot. Trust me. So it's like when you look for a coach, you look for someone that's dealt with a lot and with experience. See what I mean? That's what I would look for. So when I looked for a coach, that's what I look for. So the one I found, he had about, I think, like 30 years experience. You know what I mean? And he trained at the Mecca. He trained with Cormier when he's at Olympia. So he knows what it be with elite athletes. See what I mean? And he trained under Charles Glass. You know Charles Glass, that's a world-class trainer right there. So you can see right there, okay, he knows what he's doing because he can work with me. You know what I mean? So, but see what I'm trying to tell you?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think it we go on experience, and I think it like you almost even like the negative influence of Instagram because there's a lot of people with good experience out there.
they don't post for shit.
What?
Don't post for shit.
Yeah, they don't post anything, and then I noticed like there's some people that are really great at Instagram, and then they're just kind of almost recycling things they find, and sometimes that information is bad, and it kind of like I mean, you know me and my bias.
I know, but it's just with anything now.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to the Instagram society.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I'm like, it's out there. You can't do nothing about it. See what I mean? It's in everything.
True.
So what comes next? Common knowledge. See what I mean? Learn to, do your own knowledge. Look for it. See what I mean? Look for information for yourself first. Try to differentiate from there. Don't just listen to the first thing you hear.
So like one thing I've noticed, like a huge thing that's building up, and you know me and my views on carnivore diet, I'm like that's like my thing, which I love.
It's funny because I had one client told me I should work beautifully for him.
Yeah. So, but like you look at like online and everyone's like, oh, I'm cutting out red meat. Now, like they're eating more plant based. They're doing and then now they're coming out with the fake meats and all this like pea protein, all that stuff. Now, what do you feel about like what do you feel is the best food to build muscle?
It's a good question though. Know what I mean? Beef for one.
Okay, so you're
chicken, I mean fish. It's just the basics right there. But once we go start going pee and all that, but that's when, guess what? Everyone has stomach problems nowadays. Why?
Why do you think?
That's a good question. See what I mean? But I think it's all the fast food if you ask me. You know what I mean? That's kind of what's going on right now. So that's why I tell you everyone is different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've gotten clients where stomachs just, they cannot just take anything.
Yeah.
Literally had to go on a fucking total detox for 3 months and then start all over again. You know what I mean?
So what's a total detox to you?
Stop doing what you were doing. Follow the diet. You know what I mean? Because technically you're eating greens.
So you cut out greens.
No, I put the greens in.
Oh,
You
okay.
know what I mean?
See, I'm
A lot of people don't eat greens.
Oh, see, I cut out greens for an elimination.
I already know what you do. Okay.
I'm like, because I tell people white rice.
Yeah,
meat,
yeah,
and
so-
then
yeah, but
let's cut the greens out because I'm
But
like,
why cut the greens? The
well,
fiber.
like greens,
For your case, I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, for some other people, they need the fiber
but also
or the
like,
nutrients. You know what I mean?
but fiber is like a horrible thing. Like I think fiber's overrated. Fiber is undigestible by humans. We as humans only have one stomach. A cow has 4 stomachs, and we tell people they need to have this variety of vegetables and fruits. But a cow can't even eat a variety of vegetables or fruit, and the cow has 4 stomachs, and we have 1. So that's where I'm like,
But that is an animal.
well,
Can't really compare it to us. You know what I mean? We all have one stomach.
yeah, we have 1 stomach. So what makes us so special that we can eat vegetables? That's my theory. And like, I mean, you look
Someone's live their life just eating vegetables, believe it or not.
Oh, I know. Does it work? Yes. But what I'm trying to go at is it if you're trying to produce a prime athlete, I don't think vegetables are the thing
But
of
it's because
choice.
I tell you, in every case is different.
Yeah.
There is vegan bodybuilders. You know that, right?
But
not
I-
elite,
yeah.
not elite level. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they're not on the Olympia
But
stage.
that's what I'm talking. Not all of us want to be Olympia stage.
But it's kind of like if you have 15 people that are top athletes in the world, like on Olympia stage, and none of them are vegan, that already tells you something.
Yeah, but those are top athletes.
Yeah.
And
And so
to be a top 10 in the world, you got to be ridiculous.
yeah, so you got to do
But
everything
it's because,
right.
like I tell you, why are you really doing it? See what I mean?
Yeah.
Me for my health. See what I mean? If I had to go vegan, we had to go. Well, I guess I have to go vegan. See what I mean?
So you believe vegan is a healthy diet? Just
For a male, no.
okay.
No, I don't think so for a male. But for some males, it did work.
Oh, okay.
See what I mean? But it's because you're gonna get it's too much red tape around that. You know what I mean? I've seen it work for some people, seen it not work for others. I did go vegan 3 months. Remember I told you?
Oh, jeez.
I did do that.
I remember that. I was just
I
like,
did do
oh,
that.
that's
It went well for the first 2 months. By the 3rd month, everything started going weary. You know what I mean? I had to get off of that. It wasn't working no more.
So what happened when you went vegan?
I was powerlifting, to be believe it or not.
Uh-huh.
I had to do it because my stomach was not functioning at all. So I mean, it helped me go to the bathroom, believe it or not. That's one thing it did for me. All thing held my gut out. I lost a lot of body fat.
Oh, okay.
But strength-wise, for the first 2 months, it was great. After that, I started going in decline. I could tell right away. So that's why I stopped doing that. But I know a lot of people that tried that.
Okay.
But it's like I tell you, it's some people it worked for, some people didn't work for. Some people continue on it. I think everyone in El Paso tried it, if you ask me. But
I tried to go vegan and vegetarian. I lasted a day. And
you fucking eat ice cream.
But you know, I'm a big, you know, I love ice cream though, and I think, you know, it's an underused tool in the bodybuilding community for a dirty bulk because it's almost the same ingredients as a mass gainer. So it's like at least you have fun with it.
Did you read the book back then?
What
How much
book?
ice cream that guy was eating?
Who?
Mike Menser?
No, it was eating a lot.
It was 2 scoops.
Oh, I
It
was
wasn't a pint of ice cream. It was 2 scoops of ice cream. The 5,000 calorie diet, it was just 2 scoops of ice cream.
Oh, I was doing half a gallon every day
Yeah,
in
but
high school, and
how
my
much- Yeah,
I was
how much
strong.
lactose is that?
Oh, my legs were in the best shape. Like that's what built my legs. Is me eating half a gallon of ice cream. I looked horrible. My face was covered in pimples.
When was this?
In high school, I was 18.
2000.
Oh man, that was 2004, 2003. But I mean, this is before like,
The research was all done?
yeah, well, this was like me just. My coaches told me I should have a little ice cream, and I was like, I went overboard.
Well,
you know how like we get advice from these coaches,
okay,
and we're like,
well, I know, but you got to remember those days. Those days were the bulking days. You know what I mean?
yeah,
No one bulks no more.
that is true.
No one bulks no more. Trust me. When I bulked, I was 185. When I was done, I was 240. I mean, it wasn't the cleanest shit I ever done. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't recommend it for anybody. But it got me to the strength and the mass I needed.